We have plenty to be pissed off about right now. Mars in Aries is going to heat up those tensions. It's time to sharpen those swords. Mars returns home to its domicile, Aries, on May 24th, and it will stay through a very auspicious day, Independence Day in the United States. More on that later. So Mars is our warrior planet, and it is the red planet. It's the planet associated with blood. It's the planet associated with the thing that makes us see red. Mars in Aries is the kind of energy that it's impatient, it's impulsive, it's primal, it's passionate, it boils over easily. And there's no more patience anymore. We have plenty to be mad about, as I mentioned. And Mars is in Pisces as I'm recording this video. And if you've been following along with me and you saw the Mars and Pisces video I made, I predicted that maybe we would see some mass protests in the same way that we saw them the last time Mars was in Pisces in 2020. And I wasn't sure at the time where or why that would be coming from, but here in the United States, we have plenty to be upset about as the Supreme Court is supposedly moving forward on gutting Roe v. Wade, which is a huge problem for not just women, not just people with uteruses, but it's the iceberg of a lot of other issues. So we have plenty to be upset about. Now, it hasn't actually happened yet. So while we've seen protests and everything like that, Mars in Pisces is a peaceful warrior. It's a rainbow warrior. It's sage. It's only going to fight when absolutely necessary. But when Mars enters Aries, it can get a little more sensitive. It can get a little more touchy. Like it's quicker to flare and it's angry. So I think that Mars entering Aries is going to really heat up demonstrations. Now, could this correspond with, the actual turning over of of Roe v. Wade? I don't think it'll happen on the day, but I think if it's going to actually turn over, which it looks like it may, it will happen within this transit for sure. I have my eyes set on a couple other possible dates where that could change, but nonetheless, Mars is changing sign the same week that Mercury is also changing signs and Venus is changing signs. So there's a definite change in climate right now. There's a definite change in the social stratosphere. And obviously not just here where I am in the United States, but also elsewhere in the world. We'll notice there's a distinctive change happening this week. So as I mentioned, Mars in Aries is just people are going to be definitely more touchy, more irritable, more impatient, more outspoken, more willing to lunge. It's that primal energy. And Mars is a malefic planet. It's a planet that wants to protect or wants to defend or wants to avenge. And so, there's plenty to be getting upset about and acting upon. Now, the interesting thing about the egress when Mars leaves Aries is, that is going to recall back to the insurrection, actually. So the day that Mars left Aries and moved into Taurus, this happened as the insurrection was happening. The fact that this happens on Independence Day could be foretelling. It seems auspicious to me. I'm wondering if there will be some sort of correspondence with what happened there. It seems like at this point, it's the other side that is up in arms and ready to storm the Supreme Court. So we'll see what happens with that, but it could be quite telling. The other thing I wanted to add about Mars on a personal level, Mars in Aries, it's a just do it kind of energy. In a few days, and I'll make a separate video on this, Mars is going to conjoin with Jupiter. And that is going to be something seismic happening in the Aries sector of our chart. So wherever you have Aries in your chart is getting highly energized. There's a lot of action happening there. So Mars is there to kind of say, let's go for it. Let's just do it. Wherever we have Aries in our chart, there's a desire for independence. There's a desire to try something new. There's a desire to go out on a limb. So Mars is really going to energize that for us. So look forward to a comfy domicile planet activating your Aries house. And we can experience some yeah, generally like positive things happening for us individually. And yet, a domiciled planet isn't always the most comfortable. It just means that this planet is really comfortable and able to execute according to its will. Execute's probably a pretty good word for Mars and Aries. This is a time, like I think of the archetype of Achilles, just blind with rage and just, you know, that like bullseye target. I'm just like, I'm going to avenge my lover, Patroclus. Like I'm going to do it. And I don't care, what's in my way. So yeah, this is definitely an angry energy, but it's also like taking a chance, taking a risk, just going for it. And again, that really primal instinctive energy that can build within us. So yeah, like knowing that energy, it might empower us to do something brave. And yet it's just a sign to have a little bit of caution at times. Just keep that in the back of your mind that we're going to be a little bit more impulsive and fired up than usual. So that is your Mars and Aries astrology shot of the day. And we'll, of course, be talking about it more as the transit goes on. But for now, bye. Thanks so much for tuning in with me today. For more astrology in your world, you can connect with me on all platforms at Astro Catherine. You can also visit my website, get on my mailing list, because I'm about to launch an all levels monthly chart synthesis group. So get on the mailing list to stay up to date on that, as well as my foundations course, which is relaunching this fall.